Alright guys, welcome back. We're here with another battle replay. This is a bit of a unique one. As in, this is me, the Siberian, playing as Prussia, and I am going against two opponents. On the British left flank, they're both playing as Britain. On the British left flank, I think is Joelius Cesar. He didn't tell me, so I'm not sure why. And on this flank was Blake R. And if you can't tell, I'm using Empire HD environments mod as well. So it makes things a little extra pretty. You get the nice grass and trees from Napoleon. Yeah. So anyways, we're playing as a 2v1. The rules were I could use all the money up. We had large funds. They had to use only the top row. So they could still, between them, probably bring, I think they did bring a little bit more troops than me. But it's a lot more fair. It's a lot more even. If they had bought two full armies, I would have been absolutely demolished. But anyways, I'll kick it into gear, and once we're in a little bit further, we'll do that whole drawing. Oh, I should walk you through the army composition, shouldn't I? All right, let's do it. So I brought one light infantry, just this one. I was primarily bringing line infantry. I figured I would need the mass, so I brought 1, 2 line infantry there, 1 line infantry here, and then 4 line infantry over here. Sorry about the whistles, they clash with this music a little bit. So quite a bit of line infantry. I brought these 2 horse artilleries and I rushed them forward to this ridge and got a shot off at Julius Caesar, but I killed a few of his guard, but not his general itself. Let's see, what else did I bring? I got, I think, 3 regiment of horse. Here's 1 on the right flank, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the left flank. And here's what I figured would kind of save my bacon a little bit. So I brought 3 units of mortars. And those can reach almost probably all the way out to here. They got quite a long reach. And I was counting on them to hold off. So I'm going to kick it into slow-mo and then do a little drawing before that cav charge gets in. Alright, let's see. So as you can see, let's see, I kind of have a general line along there. My strategy, so this is like my artillery, let's see, where is that? Some here, in here. I have all those mortars. I have my horse artillery up here. And then some lights. I guess I have everything shifted a little bit that way, but I'm really trying, so I have units going this way, units spreading out all the way to the edge of the map this way. Because it's 2 of them versus 1 of me, they're going to have more mobility, more sneakiness potential. So my thinking was get as long and stretched out of a line as you can, and once you encounter, start sending over the reserves. And so that's what ends up happening. Let me clean this up a little bit. So I'm setting up this long defensive line as a probe. Once I encounter some troops, which I do in just a second here, on this side I start rushing over. I had a unit or 2 in reserve, rushing over reinforcements in that direction, just because I need to know where they're at, you know. So that was my move. I think wisely they each, Joelius, Cesar, and Blake R each took a flank, and tried to do a bit of a flanking maneuver. They weren't quite timed up correctly, so I was able to shift this way and then be able to shift back this way and have enough troops to defend the whole time. So we'll dive back. Oh, let me clear this. And then we'll jump back in and watch that epic cav charge. Now this is a long battle, so grab some snacks or something. It did last quite a bit. I was kind of nervous going into this battle just because I knew they would have more micro skill, being 2 people instead of 1. Oh my, through the ground. Alright, I got a lot of good cannon shots. That also saved my bacon right there. Because this light cav comes charging, or this cav comes charging into my light infantry. I'm like, oh shoot. I try and charge him out. I did send in my own cav as reinforcements, but luckily his cav broke just before they reached my infantry, which I still ended up killing some of my own, which was unfortunate. Over here, Joelius Caesar has his howitzers now set up. Classic. He always gets those howitzers. They're firing on my artillery, so I take advantage of the situation and charge my cav forward, thinking I can snipe his artillery. I do not like his howitzer spam. He doesn't even spam them, he just gets a couple of them. Oh yeah, that's epic. Alright, that's gonna take a little too long though. Alright, right here. Look at that, looks like a movie. Beautiful. So that was a really big win for me, because now I could be a little more cautious, and I realized he's trying to pull what I did on one of the battle replays on this map, where I snuck around this left flank. And so I recognize that, and I start moving troops over. This cav unit kind of gets sacrificed. He sends in dragoons, which aren't great in melee, but there's enough of them that my regiment, of course, just gets wiped out eventually. But I have my cav starting to come over. I have these units now move in that direction because I've identified the threat. Alright, we'll zoom back in. Now I notice these big clumps of troops, and I'm like, I could get some good artillery shots on that. But they are behind this hill. Ooh. It's pretty fun to watch the fireworks. You couldn't see them very well. Well, there's plenty more where... Oh yeah, we got a good one there. When you have mortars with the explosive shell, especially at long range, they're more accurate, but they're still not all that accurate. So it's good to aim for clumps like this. But, ooh, that was good. Oh, I didn't get anyone. But when they hit, when a mortar explosive shell hits, it absolutely is a massive amount of casualties. Alright, that's all that's left of my regiment of horse. They were kind of sacrificed. I realize he's charging dragoons forward, so I lay down some stakes. Maybe. Should. Yep, here they go. So that's to protect my light and this cannon. So I targeted his cav with my artillery, and that breaks him. I think those are Blake R, so they were sent from over here. Meanwhile, I realize he's probably still... Yep, there they are, marching the hordes up this direction. So I probably should have been moving stuff earlier. I thought I could get enough good cannon shots. I do reposition this horse artillery, which is good. I move it somewhere in this area. Oh, my light infantry. I heard the muskets. Yeah, look at that. Not hitting anything. Oh, and I charged my own cabin, but they almost immediately broke because my cannon's fire went short. Yeah, it was rough. Oh, he didn't die even though he hit a stake. So these guys are wasting shots. I am getting some good explosive shots in pockets around here, so hopefully this music isn't too loud. It is a little loud, isn't it? I can, well, if I change it, it'll pause the game. We'll just let it go. Oh yeah. And his dragoons tried to charge forward and dismount, but they break right as they're dismounting, so they dismount and run away. Now shifting more troops this way. I'm trying to desperately get these guys to dismount so they can fire some canister. And I'm shifting over. Oops. Well, I guess I accidentally hit it, so. I hit the wrong button by accident. Sorry, everybody. Real professional, I know. Alright, we'll get back into the action here. Alright, here we go. Shifting my troops. Using my line infantry. Oh, and this is a pretty epic. So these troops are tired. They've marched across the map. They've been running. I run my troops into place and get a point blank volley here. Well, let's wait until they aim. Look at this. Oh, just men dropping all over the place. And in the middle, the melee devolves. That's pretty neat. That looks awesome. Ooh, an explosive shot. I didn't kill as many. I think that was the fire kind. I think they volley right into my cannons here. And wipe them out. Yep. I don't blame those guys. I would run too. We did break one, I think, from a canister. So they weren't completely useless. So I set up my light infantry back here, and I realized I'm not gonna get my reinforcements there in time, so making another line. The melee is engaged now. My fresh troops here are a big advantage, and eventually, in the update that I'm working on, there's not such a quick penalty. Troops don't get exhausted quite so fast, because right now it's kind of ridiculous, and they take so long to recover. Right now, in the next update, they'll be a little more reasonable recovery times. These ones are reforming under the fire of my light infantry. Now I discover the other flank. This is where Blakar was, and I was pretty unprotected. I had one line infantry here. I start running over cav, running over my horse artillery, moving my line infantry. Ooh, that looked like a good shot. Oh, just a couple, just a few. But luckily I managed to get at least some defenses in place in time. I realize he's not going for this flank at all, so moving more troops back. So I got a lot of kills here, so this was my biggest saving grace, was this flank. I think he does beat these guys though eventually. I wasn't really paying attention to him, but so much of his army, Julius Caesar's army, ended up routing right there, which was a bummer for him. Like, that's not fun, but that's really what saved my butt. Explosions. When troops get closer like this with mortars, and even with howitzers, it's good to switch to either solid or this fire type shot, because the explosive shot can tend to go short and explode in your own ranks. Alright, ready for this volley. Let's see it. Oh, you can see the little musket balls whizzing past. Man, these are brave Brits right here. Marching up the hill. Just at a walk, just casually. Oh, they have their bayonets plugged. They're very tired, taking lots of losses. Yeah, that's awesome. Ooh. Guys are dropping left and right. Are they gonna make it all the way up the hill? Dang. Taking terrible losses. Almost lost a third of their troops. Over a third of their troops already. Just to take the hill. Oh, and they break just as they get there. This isn't war, it's murder, as Robert E. Lee would say. Now the next unit's coming forward, ready to charge the heights again. It's like Fredericksburg. Over here, Julius Caesar is withdrawing what's left of his forces. I think he's swinging around to support Blakar over here. I am not sure exactly where all his troops are, if they're all gone or not. So just kind of swinging the lines into place. My cannons got exploded. They got hit by the enemy mortars and retreated because they were terrified. Ooh, that was a good volley. Man, they're just taking the fire, taking the heat, marching forward. Gotta admire the Brits, man. There they go in the charge. Follow the Union Jack. I don't know. Is that the Union Jack? I don't know if it's... I know that's the name of the British flag. I don't know if that's the... I think it is. I think it is. My goodness. Those are devastating losses. Gets into melee with this unit regiment. Oh, but not for very long. But you got a few kills. My troops are now on the attack. The Prussians marching forward. I moved my artillery forward again. And it's funny, half of them ran all the way over here where one of their cannons is stuck. Oh, I don't think I noticed these dragoons. I'm sure they'll get volleyed into. Maybe? Oh yeah, mowed down. I get a good charge in on these guys though. I think I do form them into square. Yeah. Oh, and they dismount to retreat again. I don't know if that's a bug or if that was Blake R trying to dismount them. I think it was Blake R. I don't know actually who had the dragoons for sure. Oh man. So his 2 units that charged up reform right here. But now the Prussians are on the march. Look at that. Beautiful. And he sends another unit forward. These brave fellows. They are shaken though. Taking canister fire. Mortar shot. They're gonna get a volley into them here. Here, let's get a... Alright, my troops seem to be bugging a little, they weren't... Oh, here they go. Yeah, this is pretty epic view, I gotta say. And volley. Oh. Not terrible losses, but it's enough to cause pain, and yep, there they break. Brave soldiers. But this is just a scary, scary place to be. Oh, they're firing into my troops now. Oh, in the middle of a cannon shot. That was cool. Give a zoom out look. Alright, so I'm moving my last regiment of horse to do a wide flanking. I think I have it go over here and then up here because I know he has some howitzers, or mortars up here. And that's what I want to send them to take out, because those mortars can get a lot of kills or just cause a lot of units to rout. Ooh, let's see these guys volley. Artillery. Oh, here we go. These guys on the end are in danger. Ah, no kills. Nice. Or maybe they got them in a different area, but... Oh boy, here it comes. Oh, charging. That is epic, oh my goodness. That was a good charge. Now they're getting shot in the back as they retreat. Alright, I thought like, okay, I've defeated them. They're pretty much gone now, right? But I get an absolute surprise here in a minute as I keep advancing. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, it's one of those sneezes where it doesn't actually sneeze. These guys are trying to withdraw, but they're getting bombarded. These guys broke. Yeah. I'm advancing the infantry. Do we get any kills on this? Oh, that guy. One dude. Oh, 2 dudes. 3 dudes. Worth it. So we are driving the Brits back now, and I say we because this is me as Prussia. I can see actually why there are advantages and disadvantages to having 2 players versus 1. I can have a consistent strategy in my mind, whereas they have to work together. So these guys are cleverly hidden in the woods. I didn't see them. So I have to run my troops up to where they can get in range. He runs his light infantry forward. I don't know if it's just to get a better damage ratio, you know, because you get more kills when you're closer, but my troops have more guns firing, so I think it helped me more than him, probably. Not necessarily. I don't know for sure, but yeah. And between the cannons and some explosions, my troops rout, and I think these guys surprised them. So I went from thinking, oh, this game's over, to my troops are all routing in a heartbeat. This was a great little trap ambush thing in this woods. I reformed these guys. Luckily my troops haven't suffered hardly any casualties, so they reform real quick. But yeah, I took some losses there from his point blank volleys, and now this is a good move. I might have left 1 light infantry to screen, or maybe your line infantry, and double team this one. But it was a good move to move towards this, because this one's isolated. It doesn't get the secure flanks bonus, so it'll be easier to break. You can double or triple team it, but these guys just recovered a little too quick, my other line infantry. I don't know if he could have maybe kept 1 other infantry charging him, but so that they stay routed, but I don't know if he was close enough. And now I'm enveloping the other way. These light infantry, though, they did some good work. They pay for it. 92 out of 200. These guys still got quite a bit of health, and they're even with a thing that's 247. But he lost this flank, so now he has to fall back. I probably didn't need to withdraw these troops, but I decided to anyways. No reason to risk more losses, and I discovered a little howitzer there. So shortly I should send these troops charging in to take out the howitzer, which is good. I take out this howitzer, but it also kind of reveals my hand because I'm not able to get up the hill to those guys. Yeah, I like this grass I'll try and leave a, if I remember, leave a link to the mod, the environments mod in the description. It's not necessary, it just makes it a little prettier. Yeah. Charging them in. They are very tired, so it's not the most epic of clashes. Yeah, beautiful. Let's see. Over here, I plugged bayonets and charged. Maybe I didn't plug. Did I? I can't tell. They're moving. It doesn't look like I did, but I charged his light infantry. His line infantry intercept, but this line infantry did good work because it managed to break this, I think, one of these light infantries, which is impressive, really. I was surprised they were able to do that. I was kind of throwing them away so I could reform all of this, and then I would just have superior firepower, but alright, here we go. Oh, the one last howitzer cannoneer is running back to warn his general. And the general's like, get out of the way! Oof. Yeah, but so this is a good move by Blake R. He charged his general in. My horses are exhausted. His are active. So we definitely take the L there. But what he doesn't realize, I don't think he could see him yet, was I have these troops sneaking forward. So I gave up on those regiment of horse and told them they were just distractions. Trying to clean up this spot here. I think I did plug bayonets, and that's what gave me the advantage. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so maybe my troops are very tired. His were exhausted, so it really does play a big effect on combat effectiveness and all that. Alright. So he absolutely destroyed my regiment of horse, but now I had these guys run in to take the cannons, and he notices them and sends in the general, and I'm pretty much so close that he can't hit anything right here, so I feel safe enough to just switch to square. I thought, deal with the general first, then we can get this mortar later. Don't quite get perfectly set, but still get that bonus enough that I'll stick around. Watch he pulls out. I send my troops charging after he kind of turns back around and charges, and when not in square, my troops are definitely losing to his general. So I think I put him back into square. Ooh, the flag bearer. Very nice job there, buddy. Get to the center. Defend it with your drummer. Yeah, boy. And he sent in the howitzer crew, right? Yeah, they're already in there. They also have blue uniforms, I think, so it looks a little confusing, but they have swords. I started thinking those guys were retreating. I was gonna not make square anymore, and then he caught me. So I think I plugged bayonets and charge in. Well, I plugged bayonets, but didn't charge apparently. Oh, I did square. Meanwhile, I dealt with that infantry between my muskets and this unit fighting in melee. they couldn't take it. So now my infantry is moving forward, and this is pretty much the end. I think only his general is left. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward it to get to the end. But yeah, it was fun to do a 2v1. Of course, I had a bit of an advantage, I think. We'll try and make that a little more fair for future ones. But if you guys are wanting to hop on, just let me know in the Discord. We get a group together and we'll play. Chasing the general. Alright, there we go. It is victory. So yeah, I deployed 2752. They had 1980 and 1880. Curious how many total that is. Let me pull out my calculator because I don't want to do math. 80 plus 1880. That's 3,860. So I was definitely outnumbered, but not ridiculously so. And I was able to coordinate my strategy a lot easier. Oh man, that was a good line infantry unit right there. That one too, although they lost a fair bit. These mortars didn't get a ton of kills, but they definitely broke a lot of enemy units. So they were worth it. Look at that. Holy cow. That was a great line infantry. So yeah, guys. I'd love to get a 2v2 or try a 4v4. I've done a 4v4 against bots just to see if the game is going to crash, and so far it didn't. So but thank you, Joelius, Cesar, and Blake R. That was a good time. We'll do it again, get a rematch. But until next time, guys, see ya.